Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to this live episode of Real Talk the Podcast. I am your host, Kimberly Sherrill. I'm so glad that you have decided to join me. Even if you are watching the replay and you are not watching this live, I am just so thankful that you decided to tune in and join me this evening. I'm excited about this show. I'm excited about all shows. I'm very excited about this one. I love doing live shows. I love being able to get in front of you, the audience, live and just have just an authentic conversation. So I have with me today none other than Felicia Hill, owner and operator of A Few Pieces Boutique. So I'm going to just not waste any time. Let's get her on the show with us. Felicia, can
Yes, it's kind of going in and out.
you say it's going in and out on your side? Okay,
Now we're good.
we're good. All right.
Mhm.
So thank you for joining this live episode of Real Talk the Podcast. I'm excited to talk to you. I see all of the beautiful merchandise in your background.
Thank you for inviting me. And yes, I'm in the middle, actually, of my little in-home boutique. So I'm ready for you. Let's
Well,
chat.
you know what an in-home boutique means, right? That means there's no overhead. That's the best type.
Right.
I'm also a business strategist. We all about cutting that cost down. I love it. And then your commute to work, your commute to the boutique is nothing.
Yeah, but I hate walking up the stairs.
That's everybody with stairs. Me, it's a life decision. If I'm going back to those stairs at something or not, it's a life decision.
Right, right. Okay. Now my light went out. Is it okay? I still look okay on
Oh,
your end?
you're right. We can see
Okay.
you well. Listen. I'm trying not to shop in your background.
Go ahead. Okay. Well, I decided to when I unbox everything to kind of let the clothes air out because most of the merchandise comes from California. So I wanted to be able to um create an atmosphere as a boutique owner. You want to kind of get into the role. And I know one of the things that I need to do most is to actually do more lives and do more videos and post things of that nature. So this is actually, I'm in the works. I'm still trying to finish up a few little things, but this is going to help me to feel more comfortable in this space.
Okay, well that's great. So, what made you decide to start the boutique?
Well, I've always loved to, look nice. Ever since I was a little girl, my aunt used to call me, and forgive me, y'all, but she used to call me Sexola. I don't know where she got that name from, but my aunt gave me that name. But I've always enjoyed looking nice and looking like a lady. And in my regular profession, which just happens to be in education, sometimes it was hard to kind of find that line to not cross because we all have our different sides to who we are. But I think I did really good with that. And I don't know, I just wanted to do something different. This helps me um be at peace during the pandemic.
All
My
right.
plan my actual plans were to start the boutique in 2022. I wanted to do all my research beforehand. And then I told my husband, I said, well, I'm going to move it up. I'll start it next fall. And then it became December of 2020.
Yes, I recall watching, the post about it, and then it was like coming soon, and then soon got here really quick, and I was like, that lets you know that it was your time. It was your time.
hmm hmm I had one of my colleagues, she said, the next time you tell me that you're planning on doing something, I'm going to have it in my head that you're already 50% along the way of getting it done. But it's fun. I love it. And it really doesn't feel like work.
So where did the name come from? A few pieces.
So, well, you know how we are as women. We like to sneak and hide our little bags in the house. And so most of the time when I'm sneaking in the house, my husband will ask, well, what you got in your bag? And I'll just say, just a few little pieces. That's it. So that's how I came up with the name.
If you
um,
get
but
enough, you get, enough few pieces, you have a whole wardrobe.
right.
Yes.
And then you can't keep your closet clean.
That's a different
But
issue for a different day.
right, right. Originally, I wanted it to be she is. And so I actually sent a text message to all the women who are very close to me, my best friends, my best colleague friend, my sisters, my mom, and asked them just to pick one word that described me. And um, that went okay. But then when I started doing some research to try to see how many boutiques were out there with that name, it was too many. So I
Hmm.
had to change it. Hmm. So,
Well, we're in the era of power pronouns. So,
hmm.
you see a lot of that. So that is, that's not surprising. So you carry, all sizes. It seems you have a nice range of sizes in your boutique. Why did you decide to do it that way versus, most boutiques, they only carry, a certain size and that's it.
Hmm. Well, and it's hard to carry both as a new boutique owner starting out. But I'm a girl where I'm a large during the spring and the fall months, and during winter and summer, I'm an extra large. I'm a 1X, so my weight fluctuates. So I need to be able to get into all of my pieces. For the first year, I said I wanted to establish myself, create my brand story, and do all those things that I need to do to put myself out there in front of my targeted audience. And in order for me to do that, I have to be able to serve all of my customers. So,
I, as someone who weight fluctuates as well, I can appreciate that. But what's really interesting is that one of America's best known sex symbols, Marilyn Monroe,
mhm,
she was not in the single digits. She
right.
was actually a plus size lady. She
Hmm.
was a figure.
And sexy.
Which is interesting, that so often you see, just so few sizes, and the plus size industry, it is a $1 billion industry for a reason because plus size women like to look good just as those size zeros and size twos. And
Right.
so, that's a great thing. What other goals did you have for the boutique when you started? I know you wanted to be able to carry a wide range of sizes. What else was another goal?
I want to be able to eventually have a brick and mortar store. I have a 5-year plan. In order to get that accomplished, I know that I'm going to have to work hard, really focus in on marketing, setting my goals, and actually, doing the work behind it to accomplish those things. But I would also love to expand a few pieces into, having maybe some pieces for males. I do have a lot of males that reach out and ask, are you ever going to get anything for males? Are you going to offer? So that may be in the future. I want to focus on the women for right now, but I do want to eventually get into that.
Okay. Yes,
Hmm.
men like to look good as well.
Right, right. Now, my mom, she wants me to get into. She's like, springtime is coming. You need to get some sandals, some shoes, and stuff like that. So I
Oh,
may,
yes, we
pick
here
up a
for the
few pieces
sandals
like
now.
that. Okay,
This is
I thought
sandals.
I may get into that. But for the most part, I want for everybody to understand that it is a boutique. And so when you see pieces that you do like, you have to jump on them. So one of the things I did was I did get feedback from a lot of people who volunteered feedback, and then those who um, became customers and continued to buy with me since December. One of the things they wanted to know was, do you offer anything like, Afterpay or Sezzle or Quad Pay, all of the programs that allow you to buy now and pay later. And so I wanted to be able to reach and provide for all customers, no matter your size, no matter your budget. So this past week, well, actually last week Friday, I had the website switched over. So I started out with GoDaddy because I was able to build everything myself within that platform, and then I had to switch over to Shopify. So if I could say anything to anybody that is getting ready to start a boutique or a business, go ahead and go with Shopify first.
I've heard it. And I like,
Mhm.
that you are responsive to your customer base.
Mhm.
One of those things where you're taking that feedback. And I am a person who I'm here to tell you, I love Afterpay, um,
Mhm.
all of those, Zezzle, Klarna. I love all of those. Even if I got the money to buy right now, give me the option.
Right,
Those
right.
things up because you know how you say you told your husband you bring it in a few little pieces. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It doesn't feel that bad with my shopping cart. When I'm spreading those payments out a little bit.
Right.
So and that is a really big thing now. And so it's great
Mhm.
that you are opening up. More avenues for people to be able to pay and do things.
Right, right. I did have, I even had a young lady who called me, who reached out to me a few days ago and wanted to know if I was looking for brand ambassadors. And
Okay.
that's one of my goals in the future. I do have a couple of young ladies that I kind of work with, and we kind of set little small goals that we want to accomplish, and then meet back up weekly to see if we actually did what we said we were going to do. And so that's something that we're working on, developing like a contract and what we would expect, um, you know, when dealing with brand ambassadors.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Definitely. Definitely. So, what about fabric?
Mhm.
What questions were you asking yourself as you're picking items for the boutique when it comes to fabric? Because I can tell you, I'm one of those shake and go ladies myself, especially when I'm traveling. I don't
Right.
want to have to take the steamer with me. Sometimes in the hotels they have an iron, sometimes they don't.
Mhm.
I love to be able to take some out, shake and go. What thoughts were you having about what type of fabrics you wanted your dresses and other apparel to be made from?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think about what type of fabric, but I did think about the quality of the fabric. Now, when you say you want to be able to shake and go, most of the shake and go stuff will be like my maxi dresses. So when the season comes back for all of our maxi dresses, those you usually can pull out and don't even have to iron because of the patterns and the colors. You can't even tell if it does have a little slight wrinkle to it. But for the most part, and then a lot of my sets, like the two-piece sets where you can just be comfortable on the go with, you don't have to put an iron on those at all. But all of the products that I do have are of quality material. Sometimes I like to put in some of my descriptions where I'm posting on a social media what I do to kind of make things a little smoother because I know some women like to wear undergarments and some don't. But there are little slick ways of getting around not wearing them at times. So I do like to mention that and post those within the product description. And I will be honest, I have not had a bad experience with any of the vendors that I've been working with so far. I will not put a product on my website for sale if I don't like the quality of the product.
And that's a great that's great, honestly, because I can say that, one of the things that bothers me is when an owner or a designer doesn't actually wear their own things. That it's kind of like, well, why am I spending money on a product that you don't, to me, it seems like you don't believe in enough to wear it. And I've seen, your sites and follow you on social media. So you model everything yourself, which that's wonderful because it is a
Mhm.
to me, you are, a real like person.
Right.
And so that gives, I think, your customers an idea of what they're really going to look like, wearing the things. And it's also great that you talk about what you're actually doing behind the scenes that make the outfit look the way it looks. You know, nothing is more frustrating than ordering something out of the catalog. It looks one way in the catalog, and then you get it and it looks totally different. And this is because they've had Spanx underneath. They didn't clip it in the back to pull it tight, stuff in, tissue in
Right.
the sleeves to make the sleeves stand up and pop. I was about to buy a shirt the other day from this
Mhm.
online boutique, and I watched the styling. And she literally, for the styling that she's doing live, she took tissue paper and stuffed it in the sleeves to make the
Wow.
sleeves stand up to have that fullness so you could see it. And it looked great. But I'm thinking, I'm not walking around with tissue in my sleeve all day.
Right.
So I can look
Exactly.
cute.
Right. And I've had a couple of people to ask me, in my inbox, what? I mean, are you wearing a spank? Like, especially with the two-piece set. I'm like, no. I said, if you go up and look in the middle, you're gonna see a roll straight across the top. I say the pants stop right there. And that roll sitting on top is my belly. I'm not ashamed to say it. I mean, we're all women. We know where our struggle areas or our, areas of our body that we don't like. But with those sets, I just feel so comfortable in them. I don't need the Spanx, within it. And then, sometimes it's just a matter of putting on a cardigan or putting on, some type of outer piece to camouflage whatever it is you don't want to be seen.
Yes, I like that
Mhm.
though. All of that helps, and that people make a mistake in thinking about they need to get the initial sale, and getting the initial sale is great, but the repeat business is where your true revenue will come from. That longevity in the business, and the fact that you are being a real life model for everyone. You are being honest about what you're doing to style up the clothes that
Mhm.
keeps clients coming back to you, customers over and over again, because I don't have to worry about buying something and it looks totally different, when I get it
Right.
in my house.
Right. I know sometimes I've bought pieces from boutiques that, have this glamorous appearance on social media and on their websites. And then when you get their piece, it's like, okay, well, I'm looking at this girl who is modeling her own clothes and it fits her. I look like I'm the same size. And according to your description, I should fit what you have on. And then when I get it, it barely comes all the way up.
Ooh, that I cannot stand that at all. That gets under my skin. And then I develop a mistrust for your
Right,
company and your brand. I don't
right,
trust that what I'm spending my money on is what I'm actually going to receive. And when, people don't trust your business and your brand, you're in
right.
trouble.
Right. Exactly right. And then I feel like this. I put it out there for the customers to be able to engage with me. You can message me. I put out the phone number for the boutique. You can text it, you can send me anything. I mean, you can contact me when need be. And if something isn't right, I'm gonna do what I have to do to make it right. Because I feel like that's what I would want from my experience.
Right.
Thank God I haven't had any bad experiences so far. The worst experience I've had was one customer. And since the day I opened up until the day, there was only one customer who had to wait for shipping. And like I tell them, once it leaves me the day you order. But once it leaves, it's in the hands of USPS. But we tracked it down and I put in a ticket for her as if I was her. I put in another one as if it was me. And that day the order came. But now I have a customer who said she comes down here every month from Atlanta, and she's a nurse. She said, "I'll just order my things and you just hold it until I come down here." So she comes back home, once a month to work. So
Well, that's great. And and that's one of the things that amazes me about your business is how fast you are shipping orders out. Because
mhm,
I have purchased something from a few pieces boutique and I got a tracking number that night. I wasn't looking for a tracking number. Now, listen, make no mistake, I love it because I'm one of the Amazon people like drop the stuff off at my house in 2 hours or less. But right now during COVID, where everyone is saying that it's taking them that much longer to ship things because they're in COVID, you are literally meeting Amazon return time with the tracking number and all of those things. How are you able to do this to keep up?
I just think that I think that with me, this is my baby, and I have to go full throttle. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whatever project I'm working on, I'm gonna go full throttle until my body gives out. So when I get off from work from my regular, 9 to 5, when I come in, I'm clicking. Go ahead and create my shipping, my tracking. I have, and I think I've moved it because I had a package that was sitting up here. As soon as those orders come in, I can pack them up, um, create your tracking, print your label, and then I drop it off to the post office, which is less than 5 minutes away from me. So I can literally do that every day. If you order after a certain time, like say if any orders just happen to come in tonight, those orders will be dropped off at USPS on my way going to work in the morning. So I just feel like, you do what you have to do to meet the needs of the customers because they don't have to shop with you. But if you're offering this service, and if that's going to be part of my branding, then I need to be able to be a woman of my word.
Okay. Well, I love that. I love that. And that's such a great model. One of the reasons why we don't mind paying $2 more for chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A is the customer service. Customer
Right.
service makes a big difference. And I'm sure all of your repeat customers, that's part of why they continue to shop with you because you have such great customer service.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I do. I try my best to, great customer service, make sure the pieces are of quality material and get the orders out. Just get
Yes.
them, push them out.
Delivering on the promise that you made. So spring and summer are coming, and you mentioned sandals. What about swimwear? Will us plus size lady, will we have some swimwear that we can get from a few pieces?
Now, I have a few things that I'm looking at getting. And because that's like, during vacation season, it's hard to find pieces for us. Or you find pieces, but they don't truly hold the girls up the way you want them to hold the girls up.
Oh, testify. Testify.
Right. So I'm looking and what I'm going to do because I'm not going to model those pieces for y'all, but I am either going to find someone who is brave enough to model them and take the pictures, in them and maybe do like a little quick video in them for you all and then push them out there. So look for that within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I'm excited about that. And it's not even, and then sometimes the ones you see, they're not flattering for plus size. They're not flattering. I don't need horizontal stripes on my bottom. God bless me with enough that you can see it. And if I wore a black bottom, you could still see it perfectly clear. I don't need horizontal stripes or to be something simple. It's all about, everybody wants to wear clothes that they feel good about, that they feel beautiful, and that you feel like you aren't with the trend of the style.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Me in particular, I feel more comfortable because my thighs are big and I just can't get rid of them. But I feel more comfortable in solid colors and then like a really nice sheer, overlay on the top. So it'll probably be some pieces like that. Now I have a really bad piece in my cart and it's a sheer leopard. And it's like the sheer leopard dress, and then you would just put you just a solid bathing suit under it. Oh, it's so pretty. So I can't wait to bring that one out.
Yeah, I'm about to say, where is it at? I'm looking at where you said leopard, where?
Okay, I think I'm gonna bring that out like in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, because I want to get the whole little collection together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a personal request. This is a personal request from me. When you
Mm-hmm.
carry shoes,
Uh-huh.
do not stop at size 10. Go a
Gotcha.
few sizes beyond that. The people in
Okay.
that range like shoes too.
Right, right. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yes.
Yes, yes. So how has your family responded to you having this business? Because I know you were busy before, and I know you
Mhm.
are super busy now. What type of response are you getting from your family about you now having this new successful business venture?
Well, besides them asking, what kind of pieces are you coming up with something for spring, or can you get this in a different color? So besides that, they have been very supportive. Especially my mom, she's always been my number one supporter. So she's like, whatever you need, just let me know, and I'm all in for it. She said, when you get ready to get your brick and mortar, I'll quit my job and just work for you. But everybody has been supportive. My mom, my sisters, my brother, my sister-in-law, like everybody.
That's wonderful. That's
Mhm.
wonderful. So, can you tell me, based off of what you have right there, what are a couple of your favorite pieces? Can you show us quickly
Yeah.
some of your favorites?
Yes. Let me get up. Let me get up. Okay. All right. So I would say, like, if you're going to go out, and make sure that you all can see me. So let me know if I need to adjust the camera.
We can
Um,
see.
these two dresses here, the zebra print dress, and
Okay.
it's in yellow and black as well. Now, for some people, they may say they don't want their thighs to show, or they just don't feel comfortable wearing dresses. But the bubble dresses actually bubble out. So most of your areas that you're not going to like on yourself, like I have a little roll back here, you can see it. It's not going to show because it doesn't hug your body. They have
Oh,
pockets. hmm They have pockets, and the pockets are
pocket.
pretty deep, so you can put your keys and your phone in your pocket, and it kind of gathers right here at the bottom, so it kind of balloons up under you. Now you can wear it without any type of leggings or stockings up underneath, but I modeled this with some fishnets. I got a 3-pack of fishnets off of Amazon for $5.96. So I put a pair of fishnets on and grabbed some boots from out the closet, and off I went.
Now
So
we
this,
love pockets, so you had me at pockets. Now bubble dress, I was thinking back. I used to be known for a bubble dress, but then you said pockets too. We listen. It's even in the comments. Love pockets.
okay. Now another dress. I like this dress. Now let me tell you what makes this dress special. What I'm going to do is I ordered some pieces that I'm actually going to place with this dress. It's called the Ultimate Wrap Dress. And so with this dress, you can wrap it in the front or you can wrap it in the back. Now I'm going to model this dress again Saturday once I get my knotless braids in
Mm-hmm.
and put on my little lashes that I just bought. So I'm going to model it with this bag and with some earrings that I purchased from off of Amazon. But as you can see, kind of fans out. It looks kind of like penguin. And so
Uh-huh.
most of our trouble areas is right here in the gut area. So it's made to wrap around those problem areas, and it will conceal it. Now the straps are long enough so that you can wrap twice. And once you wrap twice, I'm going to show you what I like about it. Once you get ready to tie your bow in it, in the back, it creates, this belted look in the back.
Uh-huh. Oh.
And so that makes the dress even prettier, from the back, because it kind of, blocks everything that you don't want to see that's right up under your bra line. It creates that belted piece. And then in the front, everything in your midsection is going to actually be covered, and it kind of fans out just a little bit. So,
Okay.
now there are also, I think if you go back maybe like a week or two on my timeline, you'll actually see where I do model it. And I went live with the model to kind of show them how to do it. But I'm going to do it again this week, Saturday. So these will be my limited edition pieces. These are actually made by a Black fashion designer that's located in Atlanta. And her name is Natasha Zanders. And her business name is Courageous Creations.
Okay. I love that. You just sold me on the dress by actually showing
Mhm.
how, how to wear it. So this colorful dress though that you're near, I've been looking at it The whole time we've been talking.
Okay, so this is like a little colorful animal print kind of. Now, I sold one. So the beauty of having a boutique or ordering from a boutique is that you won't see everyone in your outfit because there's only a limited number that the buyer is actually going to purchase. So this size here is actually a 2X.
Okay.
Um, this is the front and the back. It doesn't no split up the back, so it's straight down, but it fits your body. And so the young lady who actually came and looked at it, she didn't get it. She tried it on, the one that she tried it on, and she didn't want it because she said it doesn't look like how it looks on you. And so then I had to take her back to, well, you have to do what works for your body. I said, you have a bad leather jacket at home? She said, yes. I said, okay, so we're going to put that bad leather jacket on. I said, so just pretend you have your jacket on. So she grabbed her jacket that she had on. She put it on. I said, now, are you satisfied with how you look? And she said, yes, because her trouble area wasn't showing. I said, but this is your trouble area without your equipment on up under it.
Right.
So, um, so then she was like, okay, I'll get it. But then she ended up picking up two different pieces and decided not to get it. And so her daughter ended up surprising her with it on her birthday. And so that's when she ended up wearing it. But I love this dress. It's just so beautiful. It comes down long, midway down your calf. And so you can wear it with an open toe shoe or with like a little booty and go.
And I was just thinking about my wedge heels. I was like, that would probably look real cute with that. But the material looks like it's very soft.
It's soft, but it's not see-through.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And it's not a hot material. So if you decide to put anything under it, because when I wore it, I didn't wear my Spanx up under it, but I did hold in my breath for a few seconds while I took my pictures. But it's not too hot for you to, wear your undergarments up under it as well. And it's
Well,
not thin to where you think that you're only going to get one good use out of it. Mm-mm. This
oh,
is your this is your grab and go, and you don't have to iron as well.
testify.
This is it. Yeah.
Well, we can
Um.
definitely see the passion as you start talking about the clothes. Like your passion is truly coming through.
Yes. I do. I think about what I'm doing a lot. Like, and I try to think about the mistakes that I do make along the way. So, for example, I modeled these jeans, but I didn't do a good job of advertising the jeans, even though I have sold quite a few pairs. Um, and so, what I plan to do with these jeans is find some cute graphic tees that you would probably wear on vacation. Get my jeans, your graphic tees, your little flat sandals, or your little flat canvas shoes, and off you go. Put on a little crossbody, and you can go. And what I like about these jeans, these are plus size, 1X through 3X, is that you know they always have the cute jeans with the rips for all the smaller girls. Well, now the big girls can have their pants. They come up, they kind of hold you in, and they just feel so comfortable on you. So I'm gonna redo this with some graphic tees and put it back out there in a couple of weeks, waiting on those to come in, the tees.
Okay. Well, I love that.
Mhm.
And that's part of business. You sit back and you evaluate, what was successful, what was not successful, and you make adjustments accordingly. And so, as a business owner, it's very clear that you definitely are looking at the data. You're looking at what your customers are saying that you're doing right, what they're saying that maybe you missed the mark on, things that you aren't doing that they would like, and you are adjusting accordingly. So that is great. So there's a question. Say, where can they support a few pieces boutique? So will you tell all of the listeners of Real Talk the podcast how they can shop with you?
Okay, well, you can go to afewpieces.com. That's AFEWPIECES.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Felicia Nicole 2020. And then on Facebook, a few pieces dot boutique. Facebook, a few pieces dot boutique.
All right. So it looks like you have some shoppers who are online, have been watching and commenting on the clothes that you have been showing. So make sure you support A Few Pieces Boutique by going to afewpieces.com. Felicia has shown you guys beautiful clothing. You see that she has an excellent business practice as far as having quick turnaround time with shipping. And this time of year, that's one of the things. We are impatient people here in America. We do not want to order something and wait a month for it to come. Pony Express is gone. Let's get it within a week's time. And I honestly, guys, those of you who are listening, I received my pieces. I think I ordered like a Thursday night or a Friday night, and I received my clothing no later than Tuesday. The turnaround time is amazing. So definitely support.
Thank you, thank you. And if you all have any questions when you see a piece and if the description is just not good enough for you, you don't have to hesitate. You can DM me on Instagram or you can message me through Facebook. It doesn't matter. I'll get it and I'll respond. I actually have to, before I leave out of the boutique tonight, I have to try on a dress for someone in Hinesville, Georgia. She gave me her measurements. We're about the same. And so she wants to see how she would look in a 2X. So I told her I'll try the 2X on for you. So I'll do what I need to do to make you feel comfortable with your purchase.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Felicia, thank you so much for joining me on this live episode of Real Talk, the podcast. I have to get off before I continue shopping because I've been eyeballing everything behind you as we've been talking. But it's been wonderful chatting with you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, to all of the beautiful listeners of Real Talk the Podcast, those of you who are listening live, those of you who are watching the replay, I just want to say again, thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here with me, and for that, I am eternally grateful and so humbled by it. So make sure you tune in next week for a brand new episode of Real Talk the Podcast. Again, I am your host, Kimberly Sherrill, and remember to do what, everyone? Stay real.